Hey guys, it's Crystal and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought I would get into more of the faith-based, the Christian-based stuff that I want this channel to be about. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 different ways that you can study your Bible. If you don't already study your Bible, if you do, that's great. If you don't, here are just some 5 simple ways to study your Bible. So the first thing you can do to study your Bible is to follow a Bible plan. I have the Bible app on my phone and there are tons and tons of different Bible studies on there that touch upon different topics, from short as a 3-day Bible plan to as long as a whole year Bible plan. There are so many different Bible studies on the Bible app that you can follow, so that way you can get into your Bible every day, or at least try to get into your Bible every day. It's very fruitful, and like I mentioned earlier, there are different topics on like relationships, love, what it means to be a Christian, wisdom, and like it also gets into different books of the Bible, and they can get into depth so that way you can have a better understanding on what a specific book of the Bible is about. So the first one is to follow a Bible plan. The second thing you can do to read your Bible is you can read each book of the Bible. It doesn't have to be in order from beginning to end. You can just bounce around and skip different books. Say you read Genesis the first time around, but then you decide to go to the New Testament and pick one of the shorter ones. It doesn't have to be in order on what you read. You can just read each book of the Bible, and honestly, each book of the Bible has something different to take away, different stories, and it's definitely something that I would recommend doing. So the second thing you can do to study your Bible is to read each book of the Bible. The third thing you can do to study your Bible is Bible journal. There are a ton of Bibles out there that have space along the sides for you to write along, whether you just want to jot down your thoughts on the side, or maybe take a verse that stuck out to you and make it stand out a little bit more. I've seen a lot of different ways that people Bible journal. I will put pictures all over the place to give you guys an idea on what Bible journaling will look like. And it looks different for each person. For me personally, I write down my thoughts along the margin, and then I take a notebook and I continue writing down my thoughts further, so that way I can understand things a little bit more for myself. So the third thing you can do to study your Bible is to Bible journal. The fourth thing you can do to study your Bible is to read from beginning to end. Read Genesis all the way through Revelations. Kind of like I mentioned in the beginning, the Bible app has year-long Bible plans, and those year-long Bible plans cover the entire Bible, basically. It starts in Genesis and you should finish the year with Revelations. So reading the entire Bible is definitely an option to study the Bible. I've seen people accomplish that, and I applaud people for being able to read the entire book, the entire Bible for a whole year. So if that's up your alleyway, I would definitely recommend that for you. I wouldn't try to read the entire book of the Bible in 1 year. I like to take it in small chunks and make sure I'm understanding what I'm reading, so it takes me a little bit longer. But if you're one of those people who's quick about things, reading the entire Bible from beginning to end is probably something for you. And the last thing you can do is to connect the stories. The Bible, I know, can be very confusing. There are some things that sometimes can go unanswered or leave you questioning even more. So try to connect stories is another way that you can study the Bible and hopefully better understand the Bible as well too. So one thing you can do is to connect the stories to help you better understand the Bible. And just a little bonus tip I thought I would throw in there as well too, especially since I hinted at it in the beginning. color coding your Bible to also help study your Bible. I do this to help me better understand what I'm reading, what is being talked about, and having that color coded also helps me organize my thoughts. When I mentioned earlier, I would write on the margins in my Bible, like in the space, and like this big empty space along the side, and I'll write down my thoughts. And with the color coding, when I go to write down my thoughts on, say, like in a notebook or on a piece of paper, I will highlight the color that I use for specific verses in my notebook, and then I would continue to write down my thoughts next to that color and the verses that I used. So those are 5 different ways that you can study the Bible, with a bonus one of me talking about what I do to help me study and better understand the Bible. I will put a screenshot of the color coding that I use for those who are interested in my method, although I will say my method can take a little bit longer, but it's, in my opinion, it's more fruitful, and it helps me to understand what I'm reading and helps me to understand the context. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Give it a like, leave me a comment down below, let me know if you guys are reading the Bible or if you're not reading the Bible. And if you have questions, just let me know. Just leave me a comment, leave me a question down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week with a brand new video. Bye.